What did I just watch? Hey everyone, Seven again. Today I'm gonna do an extreme epic movie rant. And it's on a movie from 2013, and that is movie 43. Give me a second. Now, the plot of this movie is where this guy named Charlie Wessler, played by Dennis Quaid, pitches this movie idea called Movie 43, which is a compilation of a bunch of skits to this guy named Griffin, played by Greg Kinnear. And throughout the whole thing, you just see what his skits were. So that's pretty much the plot of this movie. This has got to be one of the worst movies I ever watched. It's worse than Batman or Robin. It's worse than Furry Vengeance. It's worse than Master of Disguise. It's worse than Bratz. It's worse than Drop Dead Fred. It's not as bad as Disaster Movie or Fred the Movie, but God, this movie was horrible. All it is just an hour and a half of sex jokes. That's it. Like, the first skit is where you got this guy played by Hugh Jackman who goes on a date with this lady played by Kate Winslet, and Hugh Jackman has nuts growing at the bottom of his head. No, I mean like as in testicles. Wow. Come on, Hugh Jackman, you're Wolverine. You're one of my favorite actors. Now you're in this? With testicles hanging from your head? I don't think girls wanted to stare at Hugh Jackman anymore after seeing this. That is not only unfunny, that's disgusting. That's just disgusting, really. And you also have this other skit where it's with Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Jimmy Bennett, and Chloe Grace Moretz. And Chloe Grace Moretz is on her period, so they have to stop it. And the kid played by Jimmy Bennett, his dad's played by Patrick Warburton. How many actors did they waste on this movie? And he completely ignores the girl. Wow, she's bleeding, and you're not doing anything about it. Is that your idea of dark comedy? Dark comedy is supposed to be in a way where it's dark, but you can laugh at it at the same time, not just ignoring when someone is bleeding way. This is that idea, this movie of dark humor. And you also got this other skit called the iBabe, which is pretty much just an iPod but as a naked lady. You know, I don't know what the budget was for this movie, but you could have saved an entire country with that amount of money. You could have fed families. You could have gave them shelter, but you wasted it on this. Sex jokes. It's an hour and a half of sex jokes. That's all this movie is. And you also got this other skit. God, this one was stupid. It's where Anna Faris and Chris Pratt are on a date with each other, right? And then Anna Faris asks Chris Pratt, "Will you poop on me?" Come on, even 7-year-olds wouldn't laugh at that. And it's saying that poop and the S word, yeah, my channel's clean, are two different things. They're the the same thing. They're just different words. That isn't funny. That's not funny at all. Oh, and the last skit was the worst one. And it's with my favorite actress, Elizabeth Banks. It's where she has a boyfriend, and they have an animated cat as a pet, and you know what she catches the cat doing? She catches him masturbating. Masturbation's funny. Yes, I know Beavis and Butthead 2 America had a masturbation joke, but that was actually done in a clever and funny way. And the whole thing is just that the cat was jealous of his, because the cat's gay, and then he tries to kill Elizabeth Banks, and then Elizabeth Banks finally beats up the cat. Yes, go, my favorite actress, go. And then a bunch of kids see it, and the kids kill. And James Gunn directed and wrote that one. Nostalgia Critic was shocked when James Gunn wrote Scooby-Doo 2, but show him this, and he won't look at James Gunn the same way again. This is just an hour and a half of sex jokes. You could just call this movie the sex joke movie. That's all it is. You could have just... Why was this movie made? It was clearly made for money. That's why they had to spend all these talented actors into doing this. Even Seth MacFarlane was in this movie. At one point, on that one skit with Greg Kinnear and Dennis Quaid, when they... Hold on, I need to charge my... Give me a second. Yeah, Seth MacFarlane was in this. This is one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and I can see why people say it's one of the worst movies ever made. Not as bad as Disaster Movie or Fred the Movie, but it's god awful. It's honestly, I actually once read it was not screened for critics because they were afraid that critics would hate it, and then it would eventually flop at the box office since audiences hear critics hated it, so they'd miss a chance to see it. Wow, it's like they even knew how crappy this movie was. Yeah, this is even just one of the worst movies I ever seen in my life. It's not funny, it's not clever, and it's a waste of talent. That's all it is. This movie is a waste of talent. If you haven't seen this movie, that's great. You're doing yourself a favor. But if you have, let me know what you think about it. I know nobody. My older brother likes this movie, but other than that, I don't know anyone that likes this movie. So yeah, this movie really blows. It really sucks. It's a huge piece of crap. And just do yourself a favor and never watch this movie. I wish it was never made. So that's my rant on movie 43. See you next time.